Now let us see how these packets are actually got forwarded in an internetwork with the help of this address mask. So here you can see that a multi-protocol router is here which connects a number of networks. Lot of other networks also will be there, and it receives an IP datagram from some other network, and based on this address of this destination address of this IP datagram, it should be forwarded to the proper network, right? So let us see how this forwarding is actually done. So every multi-protocol router will contain a set of routing tables. Okay, so corresponding to each class of network addresses, it will have a separate table. And as you remember, the classful addressing scheme, the address mask is different for different classes, right? We cannot directly apply the same mask for every addresses, right? So based on the class, we have to apply the corresponding mask. So the first step to identify the network address is definitely extract the corresponding destination address from this IP datagram, right? As you remember, the header contains the source and destination IP addresses. So extract the destination address. From that only we have to find out the network address of the destination. So in this figure, you can see that this router is actually connected to 4 different networks. Multiple networks may be there here also. Just for simplicity, we assume that it's connected to 5 different networks. Okay, here another network is there. So first byte, by seeing the first byte, we can manually find out which is the corresponding class of address, right? So if it is within 128 to 191, it actually belongs to class B address. Here you can see that is 162 is the first byte, so it belongs to class B address, and this also belongs to class B address. This is another class B network, and this is another class C network. So this is the set of hosts within this network. So host addresses ranging from 11 to 151.192. This much hosts are there in this network, and here 1.1 to 48.15. This much hosts are this in this network, because the network number here first 2 bytes are network number in case of class B addressing, right? That is why I am not mentioning that. That will be common for every host within this. That is 154.31. That is the network number here, and here the network number is 162.52. Okay, so these are class B address. Like that, another class B network is there, then class C network is also there. So this is the current scenario. Let us see how the steps are actually proceeding in general, then we will see an example. First step is extract the destination IP address from the packet. Then next step is find the class of that address. How will you find the class of an address? Yeah, definitely by seeing the first or highermost few bits, say 4 bits. You remember the corresponding pattern, right? That is, if the first bit in the first byte, that is highermost bit is 0, that means the class A address. Then highermost 2 bits 10, it is a class B address. Like that, this pattern, by checking the pattern, we can find out the class of an address. Is it enough to check the first bit, highermost bit? No, right? Because if it is 1, 4 different possibilities are there. It can be either class B, C, D or E, right? And is it enough to check first 2 bits? No. Then also there are different cases, like say if it is 1, 1, it can be either C, D or E, right? So all the 4 bits have to be checked. Then only we can find out the corresponding class. So first step is to find the class of the corresponding address by checking these 4 bits. Okay. So how it is done? A copy of the IP address was shifted right 28 bits to yield a 4-bit class number. So by shifting it 28 times, we will get only the 4-bit class number alone in the register that can be used for checking or finding out the class. Now different possibilities are there, right? Now we are checking a 4-bit number, right? That means 16 different possible outcomes are there. One among that will be the first 4 bytes of the destination address of the given packet. So a 16-way branch then sorted packets into A, B, C and D, and with 8 of the cases for class A, 4 of the cases for class B, 2 of the cases for class C and 1 each for D and E. That means if the first bit itself is 0, whatever may be the remaining 3 bits, it will be a class A, right? So 8 different combination will be there corresponding to this class A, right? It can be 0, 0, 0, 0, then 0, 0, 0, 1, like that. First bit is 0, the next 3 bits any combination, that is class A. So 8 different possibilities are there for class A. And what about B? The first 2 bit will be 1, 0, right? That is fixed. The next 2 can be anything. So 4 possible combinations are there. 2 bits are there remaining, right? So it can be either 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. 4 combinations are there. So B, 4 different cases are there. What about C? It is fixed. 1, 1, 0 is fixed. And the fourth bit can be anything. It can be either 0 or 1. That means two different combinations for C. And what about D and E? If it is D, the pattern should be 1110. And if it is E, the pattern should be 1111. So totally we have 16, which is divided into these much different cases. Okay. And the code for each class then mask of the 8, 16 and 24 bit network number and write a land in. So here we found the class, right? 8 different cases lead to class A address. Another 4 different cases lead to class B address, like that. Okay. Now corresponding to each class there will be a separate code inside the router. Okay. And that code will mask of the 8, 16 or 24 bit. So if it is a class A address, a 8-bit mask will be applied. If it is a class B address, a 16-bit mask will be applied, or else in the case of C, a 24-bit mask will be applied. So after the masking, we will get the result in such a way that it will carry the network number in one side and all zeros in the host number part, right? So if you write a line that, we will get the network number alone in the register, right? Then next step is simplified, right? So corresponding to each class, there will be a separate routing table for the multi-protocol router, and consulting the corresponding routing table, indexing this particular network number, we will get the interface to be followed. Okay. Once the entry was found, outgoing line could be looked up and the packet forwarded. This is how it proceeds. Now let us see an example for that. Suppose our packet, this multi-protocol router receives a packet with the destination IP address thus. So this is the corresponding binary representation, and first step we have to determine the class of this IP address, and by taking the first 4 bits, that is 1001, you can see that first 2 bits is 10, that means it belongs to class B address. So apply the mask corresponding to class B. Mask corresponding to class B is actually first 2 bytes will be network number, right? So that much part will be 1 and the remaining is host number, that will be 0 in the mask. So ANDing, Boolean ANDing this mask with the IP address, received IP address, we will get the network number alone, that is this much will be the network number. Okay, this much will be completely 0 after masking. We have got the corresponding network number. Now just consult the corresponding routing table corresponding to class B. Now what is the next step? Yeah, taking this as the index into the routing table for class B address, right? That table should be consulted to get the outgoing interface and forward the packet along that line. So in our example, this IP datagram is actually destined to this network, right? Because the destination address was 154.31.16.13. So this belongs to this particular network. So by following that algorithm, we got the network number as 154.31, right? And since it is a class B address, consult the corresponding routing table, right? Routing table corresponding to class B networks. So lot of entries will be there corresponding to each and every network number. An entry will be there in the routing table. Just for simplicity, I am showing only 2 different entries. So you can see that for the network number 154.31, the interface, output interface is interface 2, right? So that this packet should be forwarded to this interface. This is how the forwarding is actually done. Thank you.